Oh, my God.
He good.
Did the Chiefs show up last night? Did the Chiefs show up last night? Rhetorical question. Yes, they did. They showed up in the spot where they lost the Super Bowl to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Patrick Mahomes running around for dear life on a terrible toe that required surgery subsequently on that night caused the Chiefs to go back to the drawing board on their offensive line. And a few observations from last night's game. I looked it up. When you play the Chiefs and you decide to put your offense out there first and get the ball first, you should not fumble the opening kickoff and give the ball to the Chiefs right on the 21-yard line.
That's good advice.
I looked it up.
That's good advice.
I looked it up just in case my instincts were awry.
RES Consulting stays working.
Don't do it. Future opponents of the Chiefs.
Avoid at all costs.
Here's what you don't want
Because
to do.
2 plays later, Travis Kelce is doing whatever he's doing in the end zone.
He's doing that dance.
And then that just got the ball rolling. If you allow the Chiefs to get their figurative offensive ball rolling, problems. And we hadn't seen this offense since week 1 in Arizona, where they put up 44. And the next 2 weeks, in which they split their games, losing last week in Indianapolis.
How'd that happen?
And then the previous week, Kansas City taking on the Chargers at home. And that was a Thursday nighter in which we all know Herbert fractured his rib cartilage. But that was a tough road to hoe. Lots of tough sledding in the first half of that game. And the narrative is they miss number 10. Well, number 10 is now worn by 7th-round rookie Isaiah Pacheco, who last night was part of a running attack in which the Chiefs racked up 189 yards on 37 carries. And that's in addition to Mahomes finding 9 different receivers. 9. 3 of them for touchdowns. Jody Fortson scored last night, everybody.
Jody Foster?
Don't know who that
No,
is.
Jody Fortson.
No relation to Danny?
Might be.
Sky Moore, a couple catches. McCall Hardman just had 1 catch for 4 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 1 catch. Could have had a second one for a touchdown. That's the only way the Bucs defense got off the field in the first half last night was when on a 4th and 1, a wide open Clyde Edwards-Helaire had one go off of his hands and his helmet. That's what the Chiefs did to the Bucs. Just absolutely bull rushed them. Bull rushed them with an actual rushing attack, and then bull rushed them with a whole bunch of plays, offensive plays. How about that rushing touchdown by Noah Gray last night, where Mahomes is play acting? Eric Stonestreet said he taught them how to ad-lib, right?
That Stone Street's taking credit for this?
Stone Street tweeted out last night after Mahomes was pointing in a direction like he's directing traffic, and everybody looks at 15 directing traffic on the 1-yard line, and Noah Gray just went under center. Oh, sneak. That's some free-form crazy stuff that they're thinking of. That's a red zone play, folks.
How do you defend that?
You can't. You can't defend this team when Mahomes is street balling. And he's also operating this offense like a maestro. And you can't stop Noah Gray and Jody Fortson from double teaming you. That's the problem the Chiefs present still after all this time. And defensively, they're getting after you. That kid Snead, can he play football or what? And George Karlaftis, who they drafted. And, of course, Chris Jones, when he's not saying magic words that I would kill to still know what he said in Indianapolis. It caused him to get fined. They fined him for it.
I'd still be alive.
But L'Jarius Sneed and everybody else, different levels of this defense, man. Problem. They have presented a major issue for everybody when they're playing like this. And they played like that last night. And the offensive line, they got to love, I mean, talk about just returning to the scene of their utter disappointment in that Super Bowl that night where they got outpointed in the first half by Brady finding Gronk all those times, and Mahomes was running for his life. And we even, we talked about it with Brett Veach, their general manager, within a couple weeks later. He's just like, yeah, I looked at the team that night, and I'm like, we got to redo our offensive line. And they did. And they blew open damn near 200 yards of holes against the number one rushing defense. And this is a specialty, of Mahomes, is to beat the number one scoring defense in the NFL. He's now 6-1 against the number one scoring defense in his career in the NFL, putting up 30 points per game and passing for 322 yards.
Dang, that's a good stat.
The Bucs allowed, on average, coming into this game, 9 points per game, and he destroyed them. I mean, that play again that he flipped it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the end zone after running to his right and creating space and creating time.
Hit the spin button.
And then, honestly, it looked like he was shooting free throw right there, which, by the way, he practiced before the game. NBC showed that.
That was ridiculous.
Rich, he's out there just playing street ball.
He's just playing street ball.
He's just
Now,
playing
this is the street ball
right?
that dumbass, unnamed coordinator said that's all he does, but clearly that's not all he does.
He also can't defend it.
You know what he also does? He also barks at Travis Kelce for getting in the way of a pass in this game that was already basically decided.
Yeah, that was weird.
And Kelsey's just like, yeah, you could even see it, the international body language of, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
You know what's interesting, Rich? Mahomes has 11 touchdowns on the year. You know how many wide receivers have caught? 2.
Well, he said
He's just
it's a
tight
different
ends and
player
running
every
backs.
game. It's a different player every game, and he warned that of fantasy players who are going to take Chiefs this year. But obviously, he and Kelce, it's tough to watch this and not think they're going in the Hall of Fame together.
Yeah.
Those two guys, that's what I thought when he's barking at Kelce and they, and he tapped him on the helmet and Kelce kind of had like a my bad hangdog look after having an incredible night. I'm like, these two guys are going to they're going to be in a bus room
Kelce
together.
will be there a little before him.
No doubt.
Mahomes has got like 20, 20
I'm sure, certainly in this day and age.